man.
All right, we got him.
We like to apologize.
For what?
To absolutely no one. The two-time champ does absolutely fucking nothing.
Live.
Main Chafford podcast episode. I don't know at this point.
God damn.
27.
I'm gonna go on a limb. 273.
Do you know what? Actually, that's a fun way to start the pod. We have to guess what number episode we're on.
I'm gonna say 3.
I'm gonna say 272. What's your
it's
guess?
274.
Oh wow,
We up.
we up, and it's very much stuck. Main Chafford podcast episode 274. The real is back. The real is back. I am him, Himmy
him.
Neutron in the flesh. I have to tell you guys every week I am 2 dems, or as Jack Burke would tell you, 3 dems. You know, the boy had to level up. Happy birthday to me,
Come
King
on.
shit.
Let's
You already
go.
know.
Welcome to
Level 3,
30
big
gang.
3. Oh yeah, you already know. 99.
Welcome, man. Welcome to level 3, my guy.
Thank you. So you have to tell you every week, do your Googles. I am the best member of the DSS. Dancing DK, watcheth your back.
Cole Sanusi, Don Corleone in the building, the one and only,
Yes, sir.
aka L.O. Coolins, aka C-Note, aka Hollywood Cole,
Yes.
aka Dog Dad.
That's my favorite one. Shouts out to Remy.
Shout out to Remioli. Come to your left there, your right, it's surround sound, smart speakers, portable speakers, you name it, we there. Episode 274. Let's get it. Woo! God damn it.
GNV.
What I am going to say is 37 and up.
Huh?
37-0. We're 37 and up.
Oh.
Care to explain?
Bro, conspiracy theorists, tinfoil hat people, they're up 370.
Hey, yeah, they are winning. That video you sent me on.
Yeah.
He's right. Conspiracy theorists, they're up.
Fair enough.
Way up. We're right.
Way
Always
up.
been right. But anyway,
up.
see my G45, G Solid, my name, 45 Silent,
Facts.
Genghis Shibokwe,
Come on.
Prince of the East, tinfoil Haeems,
Huh?
tinfoil Eames, sorry. My God is better than your God.
Fact. Hey, listen.
R&B voices president.
I went viral in the chat.
Oh, that's suspended. Finally.
Allah suspended is crazy. Hey, listen, respect to all my Muslim brothers and sisters.
For sure.
You know we're with you, but Allah suspended is crazy. We have to go back to doing pictures for the app.
Fantastic news. Allah suspended. Finally. Finally.
Fantastic news! Wow!
Elon, look what you've created.
Fantastic news is nuts.
For context, there was a tweet on X where I think it was a politician was happy that the account for Allah was suspended. So that's the context. behind this joke.
Fantastic news.
Anyway, sorry, man, we cut you off at my God's better than your God, but that's the context for that.
Don't worship any other God. Don't have respect for your God.
Ah, come on.
Nah, don't. Black Mamba Dove. Cheetah Yam.
Yeah.
We are here.
Allah suspended is nuts. I can't get over that.
Oh, I had the maddest thought. Jay-Z is Michael Jordan.
Huh? No.
Just follow me. Just
Okay, yeah.
follow me. Jay-Z's Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Who's Kobe Bryant? 50 Cent is Kobe Bryant. Kendrick Lamar is LeBron James.
No.
Drake is Kevin
Drake
Durant.
is LeBron James.
No, Drake is
Nah.
Kevin Durant. Do you know why?
Drake is not KD.
Yeah, Drake is LeBron. It's not like that's actually the perfect comparison.
No, do you know why?
sporting-wise.
Do you know why,
Drake
yeah?
is Ronaldo.
No. Do you know why? Because I think Kendrick Lamar is a rapper who is taking the element of hip hop into another level or continuing it in its integrity in one aspect. But
Yeah.
Drake can only be KD because KD can't win a ring by himself. He has to go and get help.
No,
Doesn't mean
it
doesn't mean
Fair enough.
it doesn't mean that KD is not dangerous.
But you could say the same thing about LeBron. LeBron had to get help.
And I think the longevity and the domination it lends to Drake being LeBron personally.
I don't know who to compare KD to, Kendrick to, but ain't that? I don't even think Jay-Z. Is Jay-Z Jordan?
Do you know why I say the reason why I say he's
I guess
LeBron
so.
is because
I don't want to give it to him though.
Who else
It
would?
really irks
the
me.
reason why I say is because when we have conversation of greats of hip hop right now, is usually LeBron and Jordan. Same thing with Drake. Drake is not considered the greatest at the moment. He's considered the greatest in terms of his craft and what he's done and all the accolades that he has achieved, but he's not considered the greatest hip hop artist.
Yeah.
Whereas
but
Kendrick is.
do you know what? I came to that realization this week. I think Kendrick is the best rapper of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Now you see why I say LeBron James.
No,
What
but
makes you think Kendrick's the best rapper of all time?
I think because he's got the fundamentals so down pat, if that makes sense. Like Kendrick is almost like a my pro. If that, like, you've given him damn near 90 in every field that you need to create a rapper. There's nothing Kendrick can't do, and I think last year was the final tick as well in terms of can he do it commercially. And for me, that was it. And then you could argue he'd already done that, but last year set it in stone. There's everything, every metric you want the greatest rapper to have, Kendrick has.
I don't know. I think he has like 90% of what you're saying. I just don't know if I just don't know if you could go out and I know obviously this is very specific. I don't know if you could go out and just play bare Kendrick bangers and then night.
But I don't need. That's where
But it's a category.
It's a category, but that to me doesn't necessarily make the best rapper of all time.
But that's still another facet of it. I understand.
But
what you're
I
saying.
think you could do a Kendrick now. It's not insane.
Can you?
How many hits are you trying to have someone to have? Most people, if you're comparing him to his arch nemesis, most people don't have that light skinned catalogue. That's actually what he's actually managed to do is unheard of. Will never be replicated.
Interesting. I don't know. I think.
I'm not saying it's.
Listen,
yeah,
picking
yeah.
Kendrick Lamar as the greatest rapper of all time is not a bad shout. Like I understand what people are saying, but I don't know. I think it's very difficult because each rapper has their own deficit, if that makes sense. And I don't know if there's a clear cut answer. It's down to taste, really and truly. When you
So you say Jay-Z
down.
is Jordan?
Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Can you? Because he's got a loss on his name in terms of losing the beef from Nas.
yeah,
Yes, but right now it doesn't matter. They're friends.
yeah, no one cares. I mean, it happened.
Yeah, it happened.
Eventually, no one
Yeah.
cares. That's just how it goes. I understand that. I think
I'm having a tough
I think
time.
Drake is LeBron. I'm sorry. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Right now, it's not looking good for my man. But if you look at their careers and when they both kicked off, and the level
They
of
literally kicked off at the
dominance-
same time.
Level
Yeah.
of dominance. I think it's very difficult to put Kendrick as LeBron. I know what you mean as far as being the acclaim and the level of appreciation from fellow peers. But I just think if we're going dominance, which I think that's probably one of the main things to consider, because KD's dominance. When did KD ever really have dominance?
Yeah.
We're saying that
he's the one player that LeBron will still have problems with. Could still
What about
have
Steph
problems.
Curry, bro?
I'm not considering Steph Curry in this whole
Do
conversation.
you know who
He should
is
be.
Kobe?
Greats.
Eminem.
Timeline wise, I guess so.
And there's also
Yes.
always a bit of an
Yes.
asterisk.
The only reason why I
M's
said
white, Kobe
Yeah.
is two in the middle of Jordan and LeBron.
And
So
the
his
reason
legacy
why-
kind of gets.
The reason why I said 50 is because 50, in terms of worldwide success, yes, is
Yeah.
there. But in terms of rap, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But the reason why I said that Drake is KD is because I listened to 7 a.m. In Bridal Path, and I was like, this level of writing, you can't take it away from Drake. Like, yes, he's done the whole industry stuff with the background noise, and then basically taking money here, sunning these guys, stopping songs being released or whatever, ghostwriters, right? But when I listen to 7 a.m., I'm thinking to myself, there's no other man that can write that.
I think Kobe is Kanye West.
No. But
I would say he's
I'll
Dennis
let you
Rodman,
get,
but that's another day.
Land.
Because early 2000s and a long enough stretch of dominance where it's like, yeah. The thing is with Eminem's bigger than any of the rappers we've just noted, but I think culturally there's that missing element where it's bigger, it's pop.
Yeah, no one said throw on that Eminem.
Whereas Ye, from a cultural perspective,
No, Eminem is Larry Bird. Now, yes, they're both
You just
white.
compared two white people.
No. Yes, they're white.
Eminem
Is Larry Bird, but
is
listen,
Luca.
Larry Bird don't take nonsense. Larry Bird don't take nonsense at all. Like, yes, he's not considered in the great conversation, but
No, Larry
he's
Bird's in the great conversation.
He's superior. He's top tier.
Yeah, Larry Bird is probably the best white black basketball player of all time.
And guess what? They came up in the same era with Jordan as well. So it would make more sense for that timeline and time frame.
Yeah.
And yes, Ye could be Kobe.
I think so, timing wise, and just the advert makes me laugh as well.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm the best. But are you
Animal and the same beast.
What the fuck does that mean, Kobe Bryant? Yeah, that was clear. I love that shit. Good debate. It's very thought provoking.
Yeah. But speaking of NBA, have you man heard about
Luka?
Bro? I
That's
woke up,
insane.
I said it's fake news,
Wow.
and then it just kept going and kept going. I was like, nah, this is not real. How can you trade someone like that? It
Something
don't
must
make
have
no
happened.
sense.
Something must have
Something's
happened behind
happened.
the scenes.
Someone said that it was because he was fat. I was.
Oh, raw.
Well, Dallas have been trying to get him to lose weight for time.
That's not the reason.
No, I'm just saying what I've heard. And you probably know more than me, but this is also just funny. Dallas have been trying to get him to lose weight for time, and he wasn't listening. And they were like, well, we can't have our franchise player be a fat fuck. So they were like, yeah, this is an easy no-brainer. If he's not going to look after himself, we have no interest in keeping him.
So Mark Cuban sold his majority share in the Dallas.
Yeah.
And what's Andrew Schultz's podcast? Not with
Flagrant.
Charlamagne. Yeah,
Flagrant,
yeah. He was insinuating that all these NBA owners currently at the moment are planning to basically create billions from their team in terms of creating theme parks, in terms of casinos, hotels, resorts, so on and so forth around these teams, rather than just making it a basketball team and then actually making more money from it. So he was in a place was like, I'm not sure if I want to compete with that level, so I'd rather just sell, get my money, use it for something else. And if my children want to continue something else, they can, rather than having to force them into this sort of lane where it's brand new, it's very competitive, highly competitive, and I don't know too much about it. And they will find the guidance, but that's something that I'm digressing on. But when it comes to this one, Dallas is like, cool, we need to make peas. We might move to Texas, we don't know, and make something happen where we can win a chip. And if we get rid of Luka and we avoid the supermax contract, then we can. But
this is nasty work as well.
He's 25, bro. Now for LA, it's a W in every way.
Is it?
Yeah, because the thing is, LeBron James can go, and then they have a new face, and then more so, Luka can learn from LeBron.
How old is Luka?
25.
Oh shit, fair enough.
Do you think he'll help LeBron get another chip?
He's a heavy dude, but the way he plays, you can't defeat him. And he's Europe as well. He's not American. Like, the European basketball is completely different to American.
Yeah.
Like, they play proper basketball. It's difficult for Americans to adapt because they've just been playing in like a competitive field where you could just take away some fundamentals, but they play fundamental basketball.
Yeah.
So then now he's just bringing it here. It's like, this place is easy.
What was I going to say? So, do you think that could help LeBron get another chip if there's time?
I have no clue, bro. Because Jimmy Butler now he's in Sacramento.
Huh?
Wait, is he in Sacramento?
I know he was angling for a trade though.
No, he's in Golden State. Sorry,
Huh? What?
he's in Golden State. Jimmy Butler is in Sacramento.
Oh yeah. Say that again. Jimmy Butler's in
No,
Sacramento.
Jimmy Butler is in Golden State. Who's in Sacramento? So, Levine. Levine is in Sacramento. So it's just like, bro, like what is happening? Dennis Schroeder got traded to 4 teams in 24 hours.
Yeah, that was
That was
insane.
crazy.
That was insane.
Like, imagine going shower, coming out, eating breakfast. Then you're like, all right, what's
and
that?
Dennis
Go
Schroeder's
sleep,
a
come
good
out.
player.
Huh?
Dennis Schroeder's a good player.
Great player. Knows how to bang ball too. So everything to me right now is just out of place. It don't make no sense. It's like, what's going on? What's happening? What's really banging on in this world?
I don't know,
But-
man. That was insane. And to me, it just seemed like there was no logic. I guess when I first heard it, I couldn't believe it. It didn't make sense. He's the Mavs' biggest player since Dirk.
Yeah,
saying,
man.
bro?
It's crazy.
We're still rolling.
Yes, family. The trade. What are you saying?
The trade.
Come sit down over there.
Let me turn this on. Fam, what's it? AD and Luca.
You know what? I woke up in such shock here. I had to go back to sleep.
When it sleeps in your eye, you do something.
You know what rattled me? I said, who the fuck is Max Christie? Who is that guy, bro?
That was taking the piss, man.
He's a Donnie that looks like Kobe.
Huh?
He looks like Kobe.
I know who he is now.
Yeah. So then I woke up and I was like, nah, this is fake news. I went to bed and I woke up again. They were still banging on it in the group chat. I was like, nah.
What? Which one? R1 or? Okay.
So what? Have they come out and said the reason why?
Nah. I've just said it's billionaire moves
Yeah.
because they're owners, bro. They can do what they want. Essentially, they can do what they want because they're owners.
So
That's-
what, was it around him not getting the Supermax?
Well, that's what they're saying, and they were trying to avoid it, but I don't know. That it still seems ridiculous to me to get rid of your franchise player. I can't envisage anything like this, and you don't see it too tough in football. So it was even trying to find a comparison. It was nuts. It was ridiculous, and they're not in a bad position. They've got a good team. What's it? Who's at the Mavs?
You got Kyrie.
They got Kyrie. That was it. Yeah. And him and Kyrie was starting to get in tandem a bit. I thought they were at least in with a chance of getting a chip. So you just dismantled your whole season.
It's mental.
I can't believe you've done that.
It's
Yeah,
mental.
wow.
This ain't even the
Genuine
summer.
shock. No.
That's a.
It's mental.
Do you think it would have been less of a shock if it'd been in the summer and they'd been like, you know what, fair play, moves happen. But mid-season, this is nuts.
I still think it'll be mad either way, you know.
Even I feel bad. People are forgetting AD's in this as well. Just been
Take it, what fuck me for? I mean, I'm here doing my job.
He's one of the.
Doing okay, but-
I hate when Americans say this, but he's one of the biggest bigs in the league. Pause. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems mad to me.
Maybe it's a case where it's like, let's get my man one more chip. Let's get LeBron one more chip, and it's like all sail off into the sunset. But I don't know if it's enough.
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think the Lakers are enough to get that LeBron that final chip. I want him to get it personally, but
This is a dumb question, but does he even want another chip?
he has to get it. How can you not?
He's like, does he,
Nah,
does he really desire a chip at this age?
I would want it. I'd always want a
Yeah,
chip.
his son's on the team. Now he has Luca.
Isn't his son gone now?
His son's still there. His son is
That-
playing
that was-
G League and Raw League.
That was a
Doesn't
mistake
matter.
from them. They should not have done that, man. I feel really bad for the son. You can tell my man just wants to be a doctor.
Don't kill me.
He don't have the. He's not Levs. He's not Levs.
I was listening to an NBA analyst, and he was saying that to get the version of Bronny now in LeBron, you would have to go back prior to him being in high school.
What do you mean?
As in, like, the level that Bronny is at now,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
level that LeBron was at, to match that level, you would have to go back previous to LeBron's high school years
Fucking hell.
Wow.
to see how like
That's
at
What? Oh
that
my goodness,
level.
that's
Do
so rude.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
when you're also
maybe.
deep in like LeBron, high school LeBron was a
But that's
phenomenon.
he was a. They
Yeah.
were saying in high school, yeah, this guy's ready for the league. Like they'd not seen anything like it. He's
Was,
just.
bro, straight from high school, straight to the league. Simple.
But sometimes that's just like genetic lottery, and there's no guarantee you're gonna.
Yeah, there is
It's
never
impossible to
no
pass that down.
guarantee, but I think with LeBron,
You seen what Magic Son's
he's
doing?
exactly the same thing as Anthony Edwards. They both play American football, and they both can play basketball.
Anthony Edwards play American football.
Yeah.
That boy's funny.
So then, like, taking that physical aggressive element back into basketball, of course, you can't be that physical, but there's an element of, okay, there's a higher level of teamwork. Whereas more so in basketball today, you have to be a position player. Whereas American football, bro, you have to basically
But
be
there's,
everything.
even to that point, the
Yeah.
Sun's just not good. Like it doesn't. It doesn't.
No, that sounds good because you got picked. 50
No,
something.
come on, man. You
You
know
still
there
got
was
picked
backhand
50
deals. He
So
those.
what? 50
Fam,
something.
if your dad is arguably the greatest player of all time, of course I can pattern something for
It's a
you.
nepotism thing.
Like, what are we talking about?
The only thing is, had he not had that heart condition,
Oh yeah.
I think there would have been like a real analysis on him, and more so, there would have been more time for him to develop in that
I do.
setting.
Yeah, yeah, I
Because-
agree.
Though people frown upon universities in the United States and how much money they make and whatever the case is, still, it's a great platform for you to get your skills up. So,
I agree.
yeah.
I just don't think he's Levs, and it's a shame because everyone's saying he's not Levs. I can't even imagine what that does for you mentally. Everyone's saying you're not Levs. You know you're not Levs, but you're here because your dad wants you to be here.
Let him get a chip.
I want them to get a chip.
Yeah.
Everybody, please. I have such respect and whatever you want to say for LeBron. Probably one of my favorite players. So I want him to have the utmost success, and I think it makes the him Jordan debate more interesting. If he's at, he's only one ring off. You know what I mean?
How many's on now? 4.
Yeah.
This doesn't hit the same though.
Nah, I don't. It don't.
But
I mean, that's what I'd be saying to people like, yo, Kobe's got 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know. It's,
But he's got all the accolades.
What do you mean? LeBron?
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, but
yeah,
I'm,
of course.
But
let's
listen,
not- we can't rub
5
it out.
sounds better than 4. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say.
Someone will put they'll put asterisks on the bubble one though.
Exactly. I'm gonna let him have it. I can't.
asterisks
I can never be mad
I'll let
at.
him have it, but obviously.
I can't be mad at you for playing in the circumstances, because an argument could be made that the bubble one is even harder.
The Liverpool one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
But I'll give it to them, man.
Nah, fuck
You
them,
don't-
bro.
really?
Nah,
You
man.
got-
Obviously,
you
yes.
still had to play 38
Look,
games.
I'm hating from a different
Yeah.
perspective. But obviously, yes, you have to play. You can only do what's in front of you. But at the end of the day,
Really? You put an asterisk on it? Do you put an asterisk on Bayern Munich Champions League?
Low key.
Really?
Low key.
and that one didn't have 2 legs as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that
okay.
one was.
Yeah.
However,
you
that
know.
was a very good series, though.
That's what
Yeah,
I wish they got rid of legs.
Yeah, I really
hate
enjoyed
legs.
that. But yeah, I do put a asterisk around that.
Fair enough. I can't hate then. But I take the viewpoint of you can only do what's in front of you,
Yeah,
and those were the circumstances. But fair enough.
It's good that you've come in during a sports conversation because obviously, that's your bag,
Yeah,
and
man.
that's what you love.
Yes, sir.
We should probably let the the audience know what's going on.
we didn't even introduce.
My man's just
My
pulled
bad.
up, but my cousins come through.
Come on.
You've been in there a few years ago.
Yeah, that was long. Do you know what? You really changed my perspective on Blonde.
You know
not massively, but I'll never forget. It's got Nights, and I went back. I was like, oh, let me listen to Nights again. I said, this song is miraculous.
It's a good name for an episode.
You know, so man, I'll let you lot introduce me, then I'll answer that what you said there, because that is hilarious, bro. It's a 360 moment for real.
Yeah. And that was what I asked in the chat. Like, oh, my cousin's coming. I said, oh, it's got Nights. I was like, all right. That was a great take.
Introduce yourself to tell the people what you're on, and remind the people what you're on. Obviously,
Yo, raw.
Whoa. All your A-listers.
yeah.
All of my A-listers.
Get your A-listers off.
Damn. So they call me AJ Dots, AJ Dotty,
Come on.
Aji for my people them.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Also people call me AJ, but don't call me that as Aji. That's my name, you know what I'm saying? Founder of Dottedline, which is like a football community space that holds space, resources, and innovative storytelling for people within football who want trying to get into football, who want to build in football. Music lover of life,
I hear it.
and extremely blessed. I'm
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
Love that. Remind me who you support.
Wow.
No,
The silence tells you. It tells
Damn.
you who he supports.
Damn, that just gave me mad busy.
What, you support Arsenal?
No,
Oh.
no.
United.
I support the Red of Manchester. That's what I
I'm not that bad. He's one of my best mates. I'll let him have that.
Bruh.
Sigh.
It's not a time to be alive.
Listen, bro.
You give thanks anyway.
Listen.
Yeah. You have to.
Yeah, but then again, like, I mean, I've known you for a long time, but like, Arsenal's never really won anything.
Nah, I hear it, and it's actually a constant theme.
It's just pain. It's, you know, like when they say that idiom where it's just like, oh yeah, you know, the dog that sits on the pin and complains all the time. It's like you man just
But
you man just live in suffering. It's just long.
The difference between Arsenal, man, and like Man United, for example, is they have hope. We don't have
that,
hope.
but I don't know. It's the hope that kills you, low key.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At least we're coming from a perspective of like, we know we're shit, innit? But
It's
you
tough.
guys go through the realization of, oh no, we actually look really good. But then you realize that in the end, like, oh no, maybe we're shit. But then it's like it's like
But that's
a
what. That's
cycle of like,
yeah. It's a
of
tough
life.
one, man.
At least we
Yeah.
don't do the cycle no more. We're just sometimes randomly stumble on a trophy. But like, how did we win this? But for the most part, we're in eternal suffering, bro. You might as well just join us.
Word.
You might as well
It's
join us,
tough,
bro.
man. I think like mentally, it's draining.
Like my man said, he said like, you know, like watching Arsenal was like waiting for like it's
Netflix.
like watching Netflix. You know, you're just waiting for the next.
Yeah, that
season.
patch you said, bro.
That's
It was accurate, but it
That
pissed
is
me
a
off.
crashing.
They should have rushed him.
Yeah. Oh, good. If I ever see him, I already don't like him.
That is a crash.
He's so annoying. But every now and then he'll have a gem.
Yeah,
And you know when he tells stories, he's lying. One of them brothers that
Yeah.
makes things sound more interesting than they are, but I'll let him have it.
But you need that though. It's entertaining, man.
Yeah, it is.
Entertaining.
When he pulled up to the CBS lot and he was burst. You know someone's burst when their shirt's tucked in like this. Like just no rules.
That
I
CBS
said,
is
that CBS
it's
lot-
unruly, bro. They're just there not.
I can't believe they're allowed to do half the things they be doing. And then they had 3 of them on Sky for the Man City.
Yeah.
They were like different people.
Do you know what it is? It's Kate.
You think it's
Kate
Kate?
is the glue. Kate is the glue because they can
Yeah.
like she's like the Xavi in
Yeah.
or the Iniesta in the chaos.
Yeah,
Like, she can
yeah.
control it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like her bag is deep, deep. So yeah.
Nah, she's very talented. I think sometimes it gets forgotten how necessary she is because as soon as any of them go to Sky, they're like completely different people. Yeah, 100%. I like Jamie on CBS. On
Jamie,
Sky-
I'm onto you, you know.
Say
I'm,
what?
I'm onto him. I'm onto
What
him.
did he say? What did he do now?
I just don't like the guy, but it's just different.
Hey,
I just don't like
I'm
him.
the same.
He's just so flippy flappy. Like Gary Neville, I don't like. That's just. But Carragher is just flippy.
Do you think? I try to give them grace because when you report on sports, it's reactionary anyway. So you can say something mad one week, it might be backed up or it might not be. That's my biggest issue with them. But they just say the maddest things.
and hold no accountability?
Yeah, when
that's
they-
my thing. Like I watch someone like Owen Hargreaves. Yeah, he's not probably the best pundit, but he's consistent. Like I can watch him 1 week, and then 4 weeks after, his point kind of stays
Yeah,
the same. You know what
their
I'm saying?
mindset ain't
it
changing
doesn't
drastically.
change.
I hear it.
Like
I
for
hear it.
instance, what Jamie said around Miles Lewis Skelly, the celebration thing.
It's racism.
And then a couple weeks later or something, he's sitting right next to TT, not saying shit.
But you know what?
Not saying shit.
Do you know what really is getting me mad? And I guess the MLS thing is a good thing to speak on. There's no consistency in. They'll love it if Vardy does I got one. They'll be like, look at him, Miles, a young black boy. His biggest moment, he got it. He got lip at the reverse fixture. Now he's obviously. I'm gassed. I'm gonna taunt him a little bit. I don't like the celebration. And then they did the same thing with Gabriel when Arsenal scored the first goal and Gabriel ran up behind Haaland. Gary Neville saying, "Oh, I don't like that." But in the reverse fixture, Haaland chucked a ball at Gabriel's head, and they were saying, "It's just a bit of needle." What the fuck are we talking about? But I can tell you the difference in between the players when they like it and they don't.
Is it a colour thing?
It's a colour thing. It's a colour. You know what? I'm trying. I promise you, I'm trying to do it less. In that, I don't want everything to be about race, but sometimes you just can't help it. You can see the way they're speaking on the stories. Jason Cundy on Talk Sports saying, Miles better watch his back. You know, he's look at what happened to Haaland's dad. What the fuck are you talking about? Look at what happened to Haaland's dad. Do you know what that tackle did?
Yeah, facts.
Come on. I just can. I love this country, but I can also appreciate that sometimes this country don't love you back, and a certain group of people might make you feel a type of way.
I just think football's in a bit of a weird space, and I think I'm glad you came on the pod because I was thinking to actually ask you because obviously we've kind of watched football from like the same type of era, and like nowadays obviously there's like a more of an emphasis on like just more data-driven analysis. And also the way people play as well is a very big shift from you could even say from like the era of like the Hazard, Salah era in the late teens, where it's like 18, 19 to now, everyone's a lot more positional. Do you still find joy in watching football now, basically, compared to what it was before?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
How come?
Because football's all the same, man. Like it's boring nowadays. Like I enjoy specific competitions, like. I enjoy watching like championship playoffs.
Really?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like when this is the player, because it means more than football, isn't it? Like it's more than football. Champions League, I'm a lover of the Champions League.
Yeah.
I love watching the top 6 teams play because there's a specific type of football, but just generally like everyone tries to play the same way. Everyone's safe. Everyone's sort of like not really taking risks. It's become a numbers game. Do you know what I'm saying? But to answer your question, what was your original question?
Just like is there enjoyment there, and do you feel like are we being nostalgic? Do you know when you look to the past and you're like, music was better then, food was better then? Do you think like from football perspective, are we being nostalgia merchants and saying football was better back then, or is it actually like better now? Because obviously quality wise, if you took like I don't know like Pep's Barca team. And they played against Pep's City team. Who do you reckon would actually win that type of game?
I think Pep's Barca team would
win. Yeah, but then they've got the greatest player of all time.
Yeah, there's a trump card. There's fucking Messi in there.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, maybe like the typical like I don't know, let's say Arsenal Invincibles versus Arsenal now, or
the Invincibles smack up now.
But would they though?
I think so.
With how far the game has gone and how hard it is to like players don't have. Bro, did you see that video of what's his name? It might have been Tillemans or somebody during the preseason. Bro, once you take a touch on football, you're pressed within 0.5 seconds.
It's real.
Whereas I'll watch like clips back then, like during the 05-06 season, I'm seeing Scholes in acres of space, just surveying the sea. I'm like,
I don't know, but then it's different. Like you've got, I think it's not comparable because Scholes would have had things he would have had to contend with. The game was more physical and aggressive back then. I think players are better protected now. So you'd have to contend with that. It was bully ball back then. Every man for himself. Like I'm not trying to go buck Portsmouth. Fucking imagine defending your Kubu. I know that's a brick shit house. So it's different. The things we had to contend with, I think now it's a bit more cutesy.
With that question, would you then bring that question to Neymar? Because isn't Neymar moving back to
Neymar.
Brazil?
He's in Brazil now, yeah.
So in the style of, he says, I'm going back to where I need to go to basically perfect my skill set for the future, which is talking about the World Cup.
Interesting.
So is old football better than today's football?
I don't know, but you always feel nostalgic for what you grew up on.
Do you know what's interesting? I think the cure to be the best player in today's game, you have to play like back in the day. Because I look at like the early 2000s, like you said, it's very much so individual based. You have a lot of one-on-one battles. Your CM is playing against your CM. Your right back's playing against your winger. Your striker's playing against your centre back. Nowadays, when you watch. For instance, I watched who did I think did Arsenal play City recently?
Yeah, last Sunday. Yeah,
it was. And then I watched Gabriel and Saliba. Both of them take on Haaland. Do you know what I'm saying? It's become a system thing. So like I look at the best players in the world. I look at like Vinny. I look at like Musiala. I look at all of these players. Yeah, these players are great one-on-one beaters. Do you know what I'm saying? They have the skills in order to progress the ball or carry the ball or have the quality to make something happen. Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of players now don't have it because it's a system-based game. So,
but that's an interesting point because someone said that's the direction football is going to go in, as in the best team in the world will just be made up of, oddly enough, the best player in that position in the world. As in, now what people are trying to go for, teams are trying to go for, is my player just needs to be better than your opposition player. That's like literally it. My left back needs to be better than the potential attacker he's going to go up against. So even Liverpool have done that really well, I would say. When you look at their starting 11 specifically, it damn near is the best player in the world in that position. That's a long day.
That's what Madrid are trying to do as well.
Yeah, and I would even argue Madrid have nearly succeeded in that. But Mbappe seems like he'll be the icing on the cake for that team. And now that things are clicking, that's not a team I'm trying to buck.
Facts.
Although they're looking shaky defensively, though. But obviously, they got injuries.
Yeah, they've got injuries that they need to get. But yeah, I think
it'll be interesting. I can't call who's going to win the Champions League this year.
No.
I hope it's not Liverpool.
I think it might be Madrid. I think they will just pull through.
I don't know. I kind of hope not. You just want it to be a bit more interesting, and I don't want someone to have. That was my problem with the Premier League, and I have as much as I dislike Man City, I have so much respect for them. But I also don't want to just see a team run away with it. That's I can't imagine what it must have been like watching the Bundesliga for those 11 years. What's happening here? There's no investment, no infrastructure for the other teams. 11 years, one team winning the league is nuts. Guten Tag, you might need to have a conversation.
You're dumb. Listen, bro. I mean,
but I do feel like there's a lot of formats in football. I think football's in an interesting space. We're starting to see like a lot of like innovation, and that's something like Dottedline is trying to do as well. It's like we're looking at how can we like re-love the game the way that we used to love, or how can we still pass it on to the next generation? Like I played football, but I didn't play to a high level, but I played with good players, and the things that I'm doing in life right now, I learned all from football. The hard work, the graft, the idea of luck, the idea of preparation, strategy, geometry, all of these things I learned from football. So it's like, if I'm able to learn these things and apply it in real life, why can't someone else play football and learn the same things? You know what I'm saying? But also make it competitive and entertaining.
It's the biggest, like, it's such a huge factor in my life, and I really like that outlook that you have. It's such a big thing for me that it spills into my outlook on other things, you know, and that's a really good way of putting it. And some of the lessons it teaches you can almost tell when you talk to someone and they're a fan of football but they've not played, versus it's even now down to like what is a penalty and what's not. And you might see a chance and you might be like, someone be like, that was a sitter, and you know, playing ball, I don't know, man. It's more 50-50 than you might give. Havertz, get the fuck out of my club. That one on Sunday, we were all watching it together. I could have crashed it.
It gave me the ick, bro. Like, dismiss Eman was like ick-worthy, bro. Like, like, so much so, like,
yo, I'm making that a clip.
Imagine, like, you're looking at the goal. Like, there's this side of the goal where it's like, you can basically, this side of the goal, you can basically slot it. But the keeper's kind of more towards this side. But you have the rest of the goal to aim for. So he decides to go for the rest of the goal, and he doesn't even hit the target, bro. He just sends it wide.
I couldn't believe it, man.
Like, bro,
and that's to make it 2-0.
Like,
and that's a big problem Arsenal are having this year. Just not
odd
odd
football player. Very odd football player.
Yeah, because there's certain aspects to his game I really like.
Characteristics, obviously.
Yeah,
something's off there where it just doesn't click for him all the time.
But some people aren't like finishers. He's not supposed to be the guy. If anything, he's supposed to probably be more your Frank Lampard or your Dele Alli, with a striker in front of him who is a deadly finisher. For example, a Kane, or Drogba's. If you put it on a plate for Drogba, he's gonna finish it. He's not supposed to be the guy, and we're asking him at the moment to be the guy, and it's ugly up top, man. I can't lie.
I think that goes back to my point. Is that back in the day, you could go down to Bolton to find stone cold mentality monsters. Kevin
that's
Davis,
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and now it's literally like a low commodity. Like, to find someone who's got a stone cold mentality in front of goal. How many players have that?
Yeah, it's true. That's what the 9 market's fucked.
It's so bad. So many teams need a 9.
That's what I told when we had that conversation the other day. I'm saying if there's 150 to get Isaac, spend it, because that changes. Forget a floor raiser. That's taking you to the moon. He won man of the match against us in the week. He didn't score or assist.
He was
bullying. He was bullying.
And the maddest
I
thing
love that.
He didn't actually he weren't even like. He weren't playing bully ball.
He just wanted it more.
He was just playing like strategic.
Yeah.
The guy is too cold.
Yeah, I rate him, man. He's low-key an Henry regen. And people don't see it, but even like the swagger, the way they carry themselves. Yeah, he's him. He's so cold. Yeah. And even Gordon on the left of him. It's a long day, man. It's a long day.
Yeah, man.
But the sport's in an interesting position, and they need to sort out VAR.
Oh, for that goal yesterday. I swear, the moment he chipped it in, I was like, I swear he's off.
I knew he was off. Maguire doesn't score unless he's offside.
He's so shameless, bruv. Anyway, that institution.
Nasty work.
I don't ever want to talk about Man United.
No,
bro.
let's not.
Let's talk about Dotted Line. What's the like long-term goal for it, and where do you see it going, and how do you want to grow as a platform? Because obviously you've been doing it for a minute, and I love how you kind of made it like very niche. And I've not seen many platforms replicate the type of style you have. Because whenever you put out like these like spoken word things on like whenever like a player does well during a week, it's always very unique. Like, where do you see it going in like the future, and what ways do you want to like appeal to football fans? And
so that's an interesting question. So like the reason why I started Dotted Line is because I kind of wanted to get into football, but also wanted people to have the ability to learn within football and also grow within football. So like I started just to sort of like get into things. First, it started off as a data company, so I tried to help players understand their performances through data, for like visualizations, all that type of stuff. And I started working with more and more players, but then COVID hit, and then everyone stopped playing football. So I had to look at different ways to engage. So I was like, I was always writing. I've been writing from time, and I love writing. I love just understanding my thoughts and feelings and emotions and putting them on paper. So I decided to write on players that I loved. So I wrote about Eze. I watched Eze play for QPR. I said, yo, this guy, he reignited my love for football. No cap.
Really?
No cap. Because like, you would watch Tarat back in the day, rip up at QPR. And then I'm seeing a black bread do it, like he was just doing nonsense at QPR. Like, I'm like, cool, I like how he plays. So I wrote like a tactical piece about him and I put it on Twitter, and he got mad love. So I decided to write on a different player. So I picked Ollie Watkins at the time when he was at Brentford in the Championship. Wrote another tactical piece, put it on Twitter, they loved it. And then I was like, oh no, I should actually put this in like a magazine form. So at that time, I think the Black Lives Matter thing was happening. And I was like, okay, cool, how can I express my thoughts and feelings in like a medium? So I was like, cool, let me actually just celebrate black players that are doing very well in like the most challenging league. So I picked the Championship. And then I wrote like 10 tactical pieces at the time. Jude was there, Brian and Bremo, I wrote about him at the time as well. So it's a long-winded answer, but
it's good.
You have a real love for the Championship, like more so than any black brother I've ever heard.
Do you know what's mad? It's like when I was doing the data stuff, I made a promise to myself that so at the beginning, what we wanted to do was like bridge the gap between non-league and like the professional world. So like I was going around trying to, it's a long story, but I was just trying to go around just trying to get data on non-league players, but that place is just the wild west. Like, it's not professional, do you know what I'm saying? But when I was sort of reaching out to professional clubs, I got a lot from Championship clubs. Bristol City specifically, they showed me a lot of love for some reason. And it's a very high league, do you know what I'm saying? And when you really deep it, the Premier League is very unrealistic, and not a lot of players break through. Like, how many players could you say in the Premier League? I can potentially say one or two.
Maybe two. Yeah, exactly.
Two. And that's by 7, 8, 9 degrees of separation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's far. But Championship, there's a couple that I know maybe 2, 3 degrees away. Do you know what I'm saying? So when I done that, put it out, they people actually gave me good responses for that. But I worked with a guy called Dele, who's the art director for it. We wanted to take it to the next level, so we made another one about business. So like all of the